when you put the tone all the way up, it gives it a hell of a volume boost as well, not just... Woo! Wow. That's hot, man. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Lauren Cooper, and we are digging into the Boss ME90. It is still a brand new toy for me, and today we're going to be digging into the Overdrive. I've already done a video of the Comp Effects one, and had a few issues with the sound. My Zoom R16 recorder kind of cacked out halfway, so I'm not sure how the sound quality is because I haven't had a chance to edit it yet. But I'll tell you what, hopefully it's okay, and if not, I'll record it again. Such is life, right? Today we're going to dig into the overdrive section, all the different overdrives and distortions in the Boss ME90. If you've watched the video where I sort of got it, unboxed it really quickly, and within like a half an hour to an hour, I was playing it live. I was using, I in the office, I tinkered around with the tube screamer sort of sound and the blues overdrive and the overdrive itself. That's called overdrive. But I wound up using the Senta OD. Yeah, the Senta OD, that's what it's called. The reason why I like that sound was because it was the most sort of organic amp sounding overdrive that I found super quickly, and it worked great. I was using it with humbuckers, not with this guitar. I got this guitar after that. It was with that guitar, if you can see it. My Epiphone 335 that has Seymour Duncan Antiquities in it. Awesome sounding guitar. This is a great sounding guitar too. This is my 59 Epiphone Les Paul. This is my real deal Gibson Les Paul, but this is the new toy, the Epiphone 59 Les Paul limited edition, where it's got the American pickups, the Burstbucker 2 and 3, I think, or 3 and 4. I don't know. But yeah, it's a great sounding guitar. So we're gonna hear it a little bit now. Let's start with the first one. All right, so.
Hey everyone, what's up? I just wanted to throw this little clip in here to let you know that while editing this video, I'm really hearing that the volume levels are going to be going up and down and all around. I didn't want to compress it and make everything too even because I really wanted you to hear how the ME90 affected the sound, how it boosted or lowered the sound, and what happened in terms of each of the different drives. So just be prepared that the levels can go up and down a fair amount in this video. I tried to even it out a bit, but I want you guys to get a pretty decent real feel for what the unit does, and you can see the puppy running around in the background having a good time. That's Zeus over there. All right, back to the video.
The boost. Now, I really like the boost. I actually think it's quite good. I used in the ME50 something that was, I think it was called Natural, which was sort of like a boost, but a little bit more gain. So let's hear what this sounds like. Let's check the volume levels. I'm in manual mode. All right, I'll put it in the middle, okay, between these two. You know what? I'll give it a little bridge action. Okay. This is the boost. I'll put everything kind of at noon. Okay, the great thing is you can see the numbers move. By the way, check out the socks of tone, the Joker socks of tone. Wow, so the sound probably clipped on that because the volume absolutely jumped. Let's just go through and make sure that I lower the volume a bit and keep it kind of unity gain. Right about there. The boost is typically to give you a little bit of a lift, so if you've got a solo. So it sounds great. It's got a little bit of hair on it. Let's drop the drive all the way down, see how well it cleans up. So that's about unity gain there. So without it. So it's got a bit of more of a mid-focus, upper mid kind of tonality. It's got a bit of a sweep. I'll go all the way. That was minimum. This is maximum. There's a lot of bite in that, I'll tell you. Okay, cool. So the drive, let's dive the drive. Let's lower the volume and let's see what happens. There's a lot of gain in that, for sure. All right, so if you want to goose your already sort of edge breakup amp, it'll definitely get you there. That was with the gain max. I wouldn't use it like that. And to be honest, I really wouldn't even use the boost here unless it was really low gain. That's how I would use it, like a barely broken amp. So if I'm rocking like a... I keep going D, A, whatever. I'm just... I'm playing whatever I'm playing. We'll keep it at the same groove. Again, I gotta just volume. Wow, okay, so it's Goosey McGooserstein. Let's switch it up with a single coil guitar. Maybe we'll do... Let me see what's on the docket today, shall we? We'll do Strats. A lot of people have Strats. Not a lot of people have the type of tele configuration, pickup configurations that I have. So let's go with the Strat, and we'll take it from there. All right, so we're on this Strat. This is just a Mexican sort of standard Strat, old school from a while ago with some Seymour Duncan, Joe Bonamassa Strat pickups. And so that's the neck pickup right there. And I'm gonna turn on that boost. So obviously it doesn't push it as hard as the humbuckers would. So I push the gain a little more. So without it. So great for a clean boost kind of solo thing, but to get that edge of breakup, you need a little more. I'll bring the gain back a bit. I want to keep it kind of around unity. It's louder by a lot. There we go. So there's about right. So that's how I would set for like a Strat single coils, kind of a barely broken kind of tone on the boost. Second position. A little bit dirty for that, but all right. So obviously the overall volume has dropped with the Strat versus the Les Paul, but that's to be expected. So this reacts definitely the me-90 to the type of humbucker or single coils that you're pushing into it. The output level, so that's a good thing. It's just like a regular pedal. It's not so digital that it's just like, you know, cacks out. So let's check out the next part, okay? Let's check out the second one. We're only on the first, all right? So let's go to the overdrive, and I'll start on the Strat this time, and then I'll go to the Les Paul. And again, the same thing's going to happen. You know, the Strat's going to push it less, be more stratty, and weaker pickups, right? And then the Les Paul is going to give it a little bit more of that rock. So let's check it out here on the second position. I love that tone. Now with a little bit of that overdrive, let's just sort of try to get the unity gain happening. All right, so just trying to get close to unity gain. Come on, Socks of Tone. Let's see what we can do. Trying to get close to unity gain because I don't want it to blow up the inputs of the microphones, so you guys can actually hear what's going on. All right, pretty close. So there you have it right there, just sort of the drive and tone up at noon, and the level, I don't know, about 10 o'clock. Sounds pretty cool to me. Let's go for that light overdrive, and then we'll go for a light overdrive, and then we'll go to a more heavy overdrive. Sorry, I keep bending down to twist the knobs and talk to you guys, so I apologize if I'm not looking at the camera all the time. We'll give it a shot. All right, so more of a light overdrive. So, you know, guys like Stevie Ray, you'd like to run their tube screamer, which we'll get to that tube screamer sort of sound, with the drive actually lower and the gain boosted up to push the front end of the amp. So we'll try that kind of thing. Okay, there we are. So that we'll go to the neck pickup. Oh, right there, man. Did you hear that? Clean, right? Now. Right there, man. That's that stratty bluesy tone. I mean, that overdrive, I guess it's sort of like an OD1-ish sound. Maybe it is. I haven't looked at the thing. I'll confirm it on the screen or whatever Boss says, if they say anything at all. But sounds pretty killer to me. So that's how I would use it right there. Now let's go and push the drive. There is a lot of volume on tap, I'll tell you right now, on these first two. So be careful with the levels. Make sure that they're close to unity or a bit of a bump if you want a bit of a bump for your drive sound. But whew, it will scream if you're not careful. All right, that's about it. So this is at kind of like 3 o'clock. Second position. So it's got that compressed, bossy kind of OD1 sound as far as I can hear, which is cool. I like it more kind of like a light drive boosted with the volume a touch. Tone is fine where it is, but let's hear where it goes. Again, I'm talking down. Sorry. The tone is fine where it is at noon, I find. But let's see where it goes if you dial it up or down, if you want a little brighter, a little darker. All the way up. Woo! Okay, so when you put the tone all the way up, it gives it a hell of a volume boost as well, not just... Woo! Wow. That's hot, man. That is hot. I hope I didn't drive... I'm looking to the right to see the levels. I hope I didn't drive the inputs too hard. But wow, that screams. You know what? Man, like you can get, wow, like a super reverby kind of thing going on here. So maybe like that would be best. Let's hear what that sounds like. Let me just check. Let me drop the level a touch. Be aware that that tone affects the level. Sorry about the sloppiness. Kind of like a treble boost on top, you know, like wow. And if you goose that volume a touch, which I'm afraid to do here for you guys, but use that volume a touch and it sounds like kind of like a super pushed with the you know, as you go louder on a super reverb, you kind of turn the bass down because the bass naturally just sounds bigger, and maybe push the treble a bit, and that's what it sounds like. It's got that Albert King, even Albert Collins-y kind of thing. For that. Damn. Okay, cool. So let's check it out with the Les Paul. All right, so I left it at that same setting, that treble boosty kind of, I'll call it that, setting. Woo, so hot. I wonder what it's going to sound like with the Les Paul. It might be too much. It might be more Paul than Les Paul, if you know what I mean. But waka waka. Let's check it out. All right. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sold. Okay, now I'm on the neck. Let's go to the bridge. Kind of like an Allman Brothers-y thing. Wow, man. Wow. This sounds great. Like I've got like a full drive 2 behind me on the thing. I've got a ton of just really good overdrive pedals. I've got the original version 1 OCD. I have, you know, the King of Tone, the actual real deal King of Tone. I've got an Archer. I've got like all that stuff. And man, this holds up. This holds up right there. Like I can stop the demo right now and be like, wow. Okay, cool. So the big thing, of course, is how does it hold up live in a mix, right? Which is what the whole other video was about. But dude, I'm telling you right now, smoke it. All right, so let's just mess around with the knobs a little bit and a little more tones with the Les Paul, and then we'll move on to the next sound, which is the T Scream. I wonder what that stands for. So you can get like absolute rock sounds with this thing pretty easily. messing with the tone on my Les Paul here on the bridge pickup, just a touch. But you know what? I'll leave it wide open just so you get a reference. Too many notes. All right. All right, I got to leave some notes for later. All right, so there we go. That's it right there, dude. Like if you pump it. Whew. All right, let's see what happens. Well, dime it, because why the hell not, right? 99 Gretzky. All right. I mean, you can go for days, right? Because what am I playing through? I didn't even tell you guys. I'm playing through my Fender Blues Deluxe made in the US of A, the Tweed. It's got a hemp cone tone tubby speaker in it. That's really the only mod, but hot damn. Okay, let's move on. Let's get to the other tones because I could play on these things for days. T-Scream. I scream, you scream, we all scream for T-Scream. All right. Listen, you came for the guitar, but you stayed for the dad jokes. By the way, I have like monkey toes, so with the socks of tone and my monkey toes, I will further adjust the tone settings. Okay, sustained for days. Like if I would have let it go, it would have just kept on going. Like that sounds organic and analog to me. All right, that. Right there. All right, so let me. You don't even have to fiddle with these things much, which is what I love. I love that there's no menus. I love that you can just move the knobs. You almost can't get a bad sound. All right, a little more rock and roll. Let's push it. Let me check the levels. Ooh, Chihuahua. All right, I just want to check the levels, make sure they're okay. You can't get much more like that. Is a Marshally kind of sound right there. I don't know. I mean, well, you know what I mean. Like the tube screamer into it's not super pushed, but pushed enough that it's louder than bedroom volume amp. Like, damn. Okay. So let's switch it up to the Strat and check out the tube screamer goodness. All right, so my prediction with the Strat is that it's going to clean up a lot, obviously. It's going to give it that compressed, lightly driven, sort of lovely tones that you get from a bluesy Strat sound. Let's give it a shot. Let's turn the T-Scream down and the level up a bit. Let's try to get the unity, but... Ay, chivato. All right, so here we are. Neck pickup. Clean. drive. Trying to play similar things, you know, if you want to jump around and compare, but what are you gonna do, man? It's not like I'm just improvising this stuff. So. Pretty cool. Not my favorite. I mean, if you push the amp, okay, might suck for you. If it does, I apologize. But I'm gonna push the amp with the volume right now. Jeez. That was on the bridge. Second position. All right, so I mean, if that kind of cacked the audio, I apologize. But it definitely, that's what that tone is. You lower the gain and you push the volume into the front end of the amp. What are you gonna do? So I'm gonna do the opposite now. All right, so as you can see, I've got the drive at about 2 o'clock, and let's go from there. So I tried recording it and I ran out of time, so I'm going to do it again. I've got the opposite going on right now. I've got the gain turned up to about 230 and the level turned down. And let's see how that came out in the neck pickup. Sounds like a tube screamer. Like, I've never been a huge fan of tube screamers because I find that they sound a little bit blanketed and compressed. This I can get good usable tones out of it, so I'm not complaining, dude. Like, that's it. Okay, again, T-screen, you know, whatever. My fingers are kind of sticky today. What's going on? Not bad. It's hard to get, you know, the tone where you want it to be without pushing a little bit more air. Screw it. I'm going to do that. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, dude, whatever. Like, sounds great. This unit, I'm sold. Like, I'm keeping this thing. It sounds great. Let's move on to the next one because this video is going to take forever because I'm really digging the tones. Damn. All right, I'll try to timestamp it. I don't even know how to do that, but I'll try to figure that out so you guys can jump around. But I'm just having a good time, so, you know, cool. Let's move on to the next one. Send to OD. That's the one I'm familiar with. That's that really natural sound. I mean, it's hard when you're doing this, kind of like taste testing. Like you need to rinse your mouth with some water in between the wines or the beers or whatever, because it all kind of blends together after a while in your ears. But you give it a shot. You try your best. My daughter Lenny's here. Hi, Lenny. Okay, I'm just recording, sweetie. I'll be with you after in a bit, okay? All right, love you. All right, so that's my youngest daughter. She's almost 7. In 1 month, it's your birthday, right? Yeah. All right, cool. Let's go to Senta OD. Oh my God. So, huge volume boost, much like the Klon-style overdrives. You've got a bit of a volume kick there. How you usually set the Klon is you turn up the tone or the treble, you turn down the gain, you turn up the volume. Very similar to the tube screamer-ish kind of thing in terms of the styles, but the sounds are different. So let me just sort of hear what that sounds like, just as a typical kind of thing. Now, I'm afraid with the level to turn it up too much, because the level, you get plenty of volume in this unit. So let's check out kind of where it's at. Woo! Damn! Little hot to try. All right. Right there, man. That's a naturally broken up amp sound. I don't know how it's coming across with the microphones and the camera, because frankly, I barely know what I'm doing with this stuff. But in the room, let's go to the neck. Slight bit of hair on top of a very clean boost with a bit of a mid-range bump. Like, damn, a lot of people would sort of brighten it up like that. Whew. I gotta turn again. When you turn the tone up, the volume goes up as well. So I gotta bring the volume down a touch. Boss, I've said it in another video, and I'll say it again. I'm not a huge fan of your single pedals, and it's not just for me and the tone that I'm trying to get. It always has that Boss quality sound. I'm not putting you down, really. I'm talking to Boss like they're listening. They don't give a shit about what I'm saying. But I have friends that play it, just Boss pedals. I get incredible tone. It just doesn't feel right under my fingers. Man, you hit it with this one. This sounds great. I'm almost afraid to do the video with the ME50 against the ME90 in terms of the drives, because this one, the drives, knock the ME50 out of the park. I can tell without even plugging it in, okay? The modulations, I'm not so sure about yet. You haven't convinced me on that one, but the drives, damn, okay? By the way, if you dig this hat and this shirt, I know it says Lorne's Guitar Den, but it can be customized to your own name. It's a little business that I've got, making some cool guitar design shirts and hats. So you can check it out in the description down below. If you want to support me, support the channel, cool. And we're on our road to our first 1,000 subscribers. So that's exciting. If you want to subscribe, that would be great too. All right, let's dig back in. What I'm going to do is I'll turn up the gain, and then we'll switch it out with the Les Paul. I'm leaving the tone up a little bit where I left it, kind of like at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock-ish, because that just sounded so good. All right. lower, it doesn't even matter. It just sounds great. Okay, so I'm leaving all those flubs in. I do not care. Messy hair, don't care. Guitar flubs, don't care, all right? You get the idea of what's going on. By the way, my finger's really messed up. I don't know if you can see that. Number one, I can't even get it straight right now, and it's swollen as hell. I'm getting some x-rays done because like it keeps locking up and getting all weird. Does that happen to you guys at all? Like I got this weird thing going on with my finger. It just, my whole hand locks up at certain points. So no excuses, just letting you know like some weird stuff's going on with my fingers. And getting old. All right, let's switch it up. Let's get to Les Paul. Les Paul, Les Paul, Les Paul. More Paul. All right, there's the bridge. I just left it on the same setting as the Stratocaster. There we go. Oh. Sounds like a groove. That's cool, man. A little bit bright and harsh on the upper mids to my ear in the room, but I would change it up. So let me dial in a different tone. Let me maybe just do that boosty thing where I take the gain down and put the treble up and the volume up and see what happens. Wow, hot. Louise. Beg and please, geez Louise. All right, there we go. So, that was nothing. Sounds good in the room. It's got a great clean boost. It's got that clonny clean boost thing, and you can push it in the range of drive that you want, sort of natural breakup. So I might have it like this. Push it, more gain. What do they say? No pain, no gain. Well, no pain with this gain. Waka waka. Sounds good to me. That neck pickup just sings, man. Yeah. Great tone. Let's move on to the next one. The Blues Overdrive. So I mentioned earlier that a buddy of mine, Dan, uses, I don't remember the order. I think it's an OD1 into the Blues driver, or it could be the opposite. But when he plays it, it sounds great, man. He can cop like just about any tone with just those two pedals, but he's an amazing player, and like they say, tones in the figures. And like Joe Walsh, great boss tones and all that, but you know, let's check out the Blues Overdrive. I know with this guitar, it can sound very rock and roll. Sorry, that was a little loud in the room. That might have been really loud for the microphone. You gotta watch those levels, but holy guacamole. All right, let's switch it up. Let's get through some of these a little bit faster. I know I'm having a great time with this, but I don't want to bore the crap out of you guys, so let's do that again. With the Strat. All right. No matter what you do with a Strat in this thing, it's very flexible. It sounds like a Strat. Like the qualities of the guitar are coming through for each of these. I don't know if you guys are hearing it, but the Les Paul sounds like the Les Paul. The Strat sounds like the Strat. You know, the worst thing is to plug in for me and not have the quality of the guitar. It's just all mush of the pedal and it's taking over, right? You want the qualities of the sound, like of the instrument, and it just enhances it. And this is it, dude. So, and dudettes, I suppose. I'm going to try the freeze thing. I'm going to cheat a little bit and do something different. Oh, look, it matches my socks. Okay. Cool. Check out the dynamics of how I'm picking lightly. Yeah, that's a great sound. Done. Done. It's just subtle flavors. All of these are subtle flavors. They're different flavors of Overdrive that cover a wide palette, a wide spectrum. And I gotta say, this is just fantastic. I'm gonna fly through the rest of these because, to be honest, I don't really use the distortions, but I want to get it up there for those that do. The rap to me doesn't sound amazing, but I only tried it for like 2 seconds, so I didn't give it a fair shot. I will do my best with it right now for you, okay? So, let's move on to the distortion. Distortion, not my sound, but let's get through it anyway. Bit of a noise floor. Now, remember, in another video, I talked about sort of the global presets. I turned off the noise gate basically all together because I feel like it chokes out the sound. It makes it sound a little bit artificial and digital. It doesn't breathe. So this is all single coil, hum, all that stuff. Distortion. Here we go. Distortion. I'm going to plug in, you know, I'm not, okay, the sweep. I talked about the sweep. Okay, drive at nothing. Doesn't really clean up. Surprise, surprise. Let's go with drive all the way up. Ooh, that's noisy. Wow, pinch harmonics, like I think I might have broken the windows. Cool. I don't know what to tell you. That's distortion. Turbo distortion, as if that wasn't enough distortion. We need turbo distortion. You know, all the other videos are metal distortion, chugga chuggas. I'll do the sweep. I'm not even gonna bother switching to the Les Paul for this. Like, what are you gonna do with that? There you go, that's the max. You know, in the minimum, it's like white mud. Wow, what? So the minimum on the turbo overdrive gets muddy, and it kind of sounds like, here, if I turn it up a bit. Kind of sounds like that. Like a half-cocked thing. It's kind of cool. If I go back to the distortion now at that level, though. Weird, but what the heck do I know about distortions? So that was the Turbo DS. Let's check out the Rat DS. DS would be distortion, I suppose. Let's just leave it at that setting. Bridge pickup. So nothing. That's kind of cool. So on a lower drive, you can definitely sound going on there. Let's turn it up to halfway and see what happens. See, check the level. Woo! All right. I guess I didn't spend enough time with the Rat before, because the Rat's not bad. You can get some cool tones out of it. Definitely. But, you know, for those of you that do love Rats, why don't you tell me a little bit about how you set them and how you use them, because I haven't really ever used a Rat before. That sounded kind of cool. For me, better to my ears than the turbo distortion and the distortion, but, you know, you can get those Satriani-ish kind of tones, I think, with those. Yeah, whatever. Let's move on. Oh, the Metal Zone, the famous Metal Zone. Never owned a Metal Zone, but I will tell you this: one of my favorite guitar players, Warren Haynes, had a Metal Zone, and it sounded great. So I don't know how the heck he was using it or why, but for years I think he was using a Metal Zone through his Marshall setup with the Allman Brothers. Warren Haynes, if you're watching this video, which I highly doubt, I had the pleasure to meet several times. You were an awesome dude. But how did you use it? Why did you use it? Is that just sort of common in what was around? Like, did you use it as a boost? Anyone who knows, let me know in the comments down below. Let's hear what this sounds like. Well, we know what that stuff sounds like, you know, go bite some head off some bats and have a good time. Core! Metal core, I think there's a pedal called metal core. Very scooped, wah wah wee wah. All right. I don't know what I'm doing with this music. But that was on the neck, my bad. I'll go back to the bridge. My apologies. Let's go to the muff fuzz. Now this can be kind of cool because, you know, everyone, well, most people are familiar with the big muff. I've never really used one myself. I have had one in the past. It just wasn't for me, but hey, if it's good for Gilmore, can't be all that bad, right? Let's see what we got. Where did that come from? I think that was For the Love of God, Steve Vai into a bluesy lick. Let's max it out, because why the hell not? Okay. Yeah, I know I'm not playing the riffs and licks exactly right because I don't want to get hit with a copyright, but gives you the flavor that you can savor. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who knows what gear David Gilmour used on the Comfortably Numb solo, I'm sure millions of you out there know. I have no idea. I would assume it's a big muff, but not set that way. Let me know. Anyway, I know that there are actual hidden sounds and tones in this thing, which we will get to in another video, because there might be, I think, a fuzz bass and some other things. We'll get to that. In the meantime, I hope you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this gave you some insight into what some of the more bluesy sounds kind of sounded like with the overdrives, and me noodling around with crap that I know nothing about for the distortions. All right. I aim to please. Leave your comments down below. And the next video, we're going to dig into the mods, the modulations. Yeah, I'm really, again, I think the me-50 is going to give the me-90 a run for its money on the mods. But we'll see. All right. See you guys on the next one.